Hello and welcome to the SEO Fix, the show where we take complex digital marketing ideas and turn them into something real, useful, and powerful. Today we're diving into a concept that can absolutely transform how you rank, how you're perceived by Google, and ultimately, how much traffic and trust you build in your niche. The topic: topical authority. Two words that might sound technical, but once you understand how they work together, you'll realize they are the foundation of long-term SEO success. Let's start with a simple idea. Google doesn't want to rank just any site. It wants to rank the most trustworthy, comprehensive, and relevant source on a topic. Gone are the days when you could write one keyword-stuffed article and climb the ranks. Google now wants content that demonstrates true understanding. It's like being invited to a dinner party. You won't get asked back if you only talk about one thing awkwardly and vaguely. But if you're the person who understands the theme, can hold conversations, answer questions, and even connect ideas, you'll be the guest everyone remembers. Topical authority makes you that kind of guest. But online, it turns your website into a true expert in the room, someone who doesn't just mention a topic but owns it. Chapter 1. What actually is topical authority? Topical authority is, at its core, your reputation in the eyes of search engines as the go-to expert on a specific subject. It's the result of consistently publishing comprehensive, high-quality, interrelated content around a single theme or niche. It's not about trying to rank for 100 different topics. It's about becoming undeniably trustworthy in one, and then expanding outward. This is how massive content empires like Healthline, NerdWallet, and even niche blogs grow to millions of monthly visits. They start by owning a small territory in Google's landscape, and build outward with depth, not just width. For example, imagine you run a blog about vegan skincare. If you only write a few listicles like top 10 vegan face washes, you may pick up a few clicks, but you're not building topical authority. But if you go deeper, if you have long-form guides on vegan ingredients, detailed product breakdowns, ingredient studies, tutorials on transitioning from chemical skincare to vegan alternatives, skin type-specific vegan routines, plus deep comparisons of cruelty-free versus vegan versus clean beauty, that's when Google starts to trust you. It sees a content pattern, a knowledge network. It sees that your site doesn't just mention the topic, it embodies it. That's how you build topical authority. Chapter 2. How to build a topical map. Your SEO GPS. The first and most important step to building topical authority is developing what we call a topical map. This is your SEO GPS, your blueprint, your content roadmap. Without it, you're guessing. With it, you're building strategically. A topical map is a structured list of your niche's core topic, subtopics, questions, and the relationships between them. Think of it like a spider web, where your main topic is the center, and all your articles are connected to it, and to each other, like threads. Let's go deeper with that vegan skincare example. Your core topic might be vegan skincare, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Underneath that, you'd break it into clusters like vegan skincare for acne, anti-aging vegan products, ingredient spotlights, like is hyaluronic acid vegan, product comparisons, DIY vegan recipes, skin type specific guides. Each of these categories becomes a cluster, and within that cluster, you can create dozens of articles that explore that topic from every possible angle. You're not just creating content, You're creating a knowledge ecosystem. Use tools like Answer the Public, Also Asked, or even ChatGPT to extract real-world questions people ask. Then research what your competitors have published, and more importantly, what they haven't. Those gaps are opportunities. Chapter 3. The Content Cluster Strategy that Builds Rankings Fast. So now that you've mapped your topic, the next step is implementation. This is where the content cluster strategy comes into play. This strategy has become the gold standard for modern SEO because it aligns perfectly with how Google evaluates expertise and relevance. Here's how it works. You create a pillar post, a long, comprehensive article that covers a broad topic in detail. Then, you write supporting cluster posts, each diving into a specific angle or question related to the pillar. All of them linked to the pillar and to each other. Let's say your pillar article is the ultimate beginner's guide to vegan skincare. Supporting articles could include: Is retinol vegan? What you need to know. Top 5 vegan face masks for dry skin. Cruelty-free versus vegan. What's the difference? How to transition to a vegan skincare routine. Each one links back to the pillar, reinforcing the idea that your site is the hub for all things related to that topic. This internal linking creates a semantic web that Google can crawl and understand. It tells the algorithm, hey, this site really knows what it's talking about. Look at all these connected resources. That's how you rank faster, higher, and longer. Chapter 4. EEAT. The quality checklist Google loves. Now, we can't talk about ranking without bringing up Google's favorite acronym, EEAT. That stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. These are not just buzzwords, they are part of Google's Search Quality Evaluator guidelines, which means real people use them to rate your site. If your content lacks these elements, it won't rank, no matter how good your keyword game is. So how do you show EEAT? Let's break it down. Experience means showing you've actually lived or used what you talk about. If you're writing about vegan skincare, talk about your routine. Show photos. Include results. Don't just quote other people. Be the source. Expertise is more about credentials or deep knowledge. If you're a dermatologist, amazing, say so. If not, back your claims with studies or expert interviews. Authoritativeness is earned when others cite you. Get backlinks. Be mentioned. Collaborate with bigger names. And finally, trustworthiness. Make sure your site is secure, your content is fact-checked, and your tone is honest. Even for personal blogs, EEAT matters. Write like a pro, fact-check like a journalist, and present like a teacher. Google notices. Chapter 5. Staying fresh and dynamic. Topical authority never sleeps. One major mistake people make is thinking that once you build your topical authority, you're done. But the truth is, authority decays. New competitors enter. Google updates its understanding. User interest shifts. That's why you need to keep your content ecosystem alive. Revisit your pillar articles every few months. Update stats. Add new internal links. Expand with fresh questions from the people. Also ask box. Repurpose content into new formats like videos, carousels, and even podcasts. Just like this one. If you wrote a great article in 2022 called Best Vegan Moisturizers, you should have a 2023 or 2024 version now. Add a note at the top saying it's updated. That shows Google and your readers that your content is current. And here's a cool trick. Use Google Search Console to find low-performing pages, then build a mini cluster around them to boost their authority. Often, it's not about rewriting, just reinforcing. Chapter 6. Tools to supercharge your authority building process. Let's talk tools. You don't have to do this manually. In fact, the smartest SEO builders are using tools to automate, optimize, and scale. Here are some of my favorites. Surfer SEO gives you real-time optimization suggestions while writing. Helps you hit keyword densities without sounding robotic. Phrase or ClearScope, great for content briefs and ensuring you're covering all necessary subtopics. Ahrefs or SEMrush, ideal for doing competitor research, keyword gaps, and seeing what people are ranking for that you're not. Screaming Frog, a bit more advanced, but super powerful for auditing your internal link structure. Critical for building clusters. ChatGPT or Gemini, perfect for brainstorming content ideas, summarizing research, and even drafting outlines or intros. Combine these with human creativity and strategy, and you've got a formula that works, not just once, but consistently. Chapter 7. Real World Examples that went viral. Let's wrap with some proof. Real sites that blew up using Topical authority. Healthline didn't just publish articles about health, they created entire clusters for every major health condition. Diabetes. There's a guide, symptoms, treatments, diets, prevention, FAQs, and product reviews. That's why they dominate health SERPs. NerdWallet did it for personal finance. They built clusters for credit cards, loans, investing, insurance, and they linked everything. They don't just answer questions, they anticipate the next one, and the next. Even small bloggers like Adam Enfroy scaled to 500K visits per month by focusing on clusters, covering blogging, affiliate marketing, and SaaS tools with depth and smart interlinking. So here's the truth. You don't need $1 million. You don't need a giant team. You don't need to be first. You just need to be focused, consistent, and strategic. Topical authority isn't a trend. It's a signal, one that Google trusts. And when Google trusts you, traffic, rankings, and revenue follow. Start small. Map your topic. Create clusters. Keep them updated. Show your experience. And watch your site grow from just another blog to a true authority. Thanks for listening to the SEO Fix. If you got value from today's episode, do me a favor, subscribe, leave a review, and share this with someone building their online presence. Until next time, create with purpose, rank with power.